Hi there, everyone. I want to encourage you with this thought, and that is hold people lightly and not tightly. Hold people lightly and not tightly. We were looking at two relationships. There are two types of people in your world. There are those who are there for the long haul. They just love you. And it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where they go. They will always be a part of your life, and you will enjoy their friendship for forever. And then there are those who are in your life for what seems like a season. And that can often leave you feeling grief, confused, disappointed, and extremely hurt. And it can affect all your relationships because you're seeing it through the lens of disappointment and grief. But this is where we need to learn to hold people lightly and not tightly. Hold people lightly and not tightly. And today we're going to look at 7 ways that we can hold people lightly. The first one is to understand that people don't belong to us. People are not possessions. We don't possess people, but people belong to God. And in the end, we have to give them to God. We have to trust them to God because they don't belong to us. Number 2, people don't owe us anything. You see, this is the expectation of reciprocity. This is the expectation that if I love you or whatever feelings I have towards you, you are going to return to me. Or my expectation of you, you're going to meet in every way, and you're going to return my feelings and the way I treat you. And sometimes this is just not possible. People can't give what they can't give. They give what they have, and that's all. But sometimes when there's a gap between what people can give and what we expect, this is huge, and we think that people owe us something because of our feelings and what we do for them. But that's not the case. People don't owe us anything. We give expecting nothing in return. Hold people lightly and not tightly. Number 3, people leaving us can be an opportunity for new birth. You see, the end of a relationship is like a death. But when there is death, there is also opportunity for new life. And maybe this will open your life to new possibilities. Maybe it'll open it to new relationships, and you can reinvent yourself in this season. Might be an opportunity for new birth. Number 4, that the relationship may have been for a purpose, and when that purpose is done, so is the relationship. And that's okay. That's what happens sometimes. For example, you might come into a relationship and that person needs support, and you give them encouragement, you give them, just the strength that they need to get back on their feet. But often we're confused when that person no longer seeks our companionship, they no longer seek our company when they're on their feet. And we're like, what just happened? But the same can happen also when we need support and somebody comes and gets us on our feet, helps us, with strength and encouragement. And once we're better, then they no longer come around anymore, and that can leave us confused, thinking what happened. But the fact is they came in for a reason. And when that reason was done, so was the relationship, and that's okay. Hold people lightly and not tightly. Number 5, we need to honor people, because in reality, even when they leave, even when they don't meet our expectations, even when they hurt us, they're doing the best they can. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to do a rubbish job today. I really want to hurt some people. Very few people do that. Most people are doing the best they can, and we just got to let them go and let them do what they got to do, expecting nothing in return. Hold people lightly and not tightly. Number 6, we can't hang on to people because they don't belong to us, because they don't owe us, because they're doing the best they can, because they got to go and they got to do what they got to do. And if we stand in their way, if we try to hang on, that'll only build resentment. They will not love us for it, and they will walk around us or they'll walk through us. Either way, not good. Don't hang on to people. Hold people lightly and not tightly. And number 7, trust God that He knows you, that He loves you, and that He knows what you need when it comes to relationships. That's how we can love people without expecting it back, or we can hold people lightly and not tightly. Remember Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. You, when you put your trust in God, will lack nothing. I promise you. You have nothing to fear by holding people lightly and not tightly. If they want to go, let them go. Forgive them. Bless them. And send them on their way. Praying that this is your best week yet. Sending love.